What's up, you guys, man? This is Grab a Beer Podcast, man. I appreciate all y'all love, all y'all support. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you get notified every time I drop a vid. Yo, we got an action-packed day today, man. So let's get right into it. We ain't gonna take no time. So, week 3's Players of the Week. First one up for the Offensive Player of the Week. We got Andy Dalton, man. Coming in relief. Now he's named the starter for the Panthers. Had 319 yards and 3 tutties. The offense looked stupendous. It looked functionable. It looked like it could work. And so, shout out to Andy Dalton, man. Again, man, coming in and playing a really good game. And, he was on it. He was on it. And speaking of being on it, the defense of Player of the Week is going to be Zach Braun from the Philadelphia Eagles. 13 tackles, 9 solo. Dude was all around the field last week against the Saints, man, and they really dominated. If it wasn't for him, he was doing a lot of he got a fumble recovery. He's doing a lot of the dirty work, the run sideline to sideline, getting there. That middle linebacker position is so important, is that you must be able to do that. You must be able to get sideline to sideline in today's NFL, and he did that at an elite level on last Sunday. So shout out to the week 3 performers, man. Shout out to y'all, man. So let's move on. We're going on to week 4. And we're going to recap Thursday's game, man, against the Cowboys and the Giants. Cowboys went ahead and won the game 20-15. Dak Prescott threw 2 touchdowns, man. The Giants just couldn't score a touchdown, man. They got 5 field goals. Also, the Giants they were dropping a lot of timely passes that was thrown by Daniel Jones, too. So I don't blame Daniel Jones fully, but there is something wrong with you being 1-13 on primetime games. So it may not be you directly, but it might be you indirectly, man. That bad juju might have wore off on the team and the squad. But the Cowboys, they got beat up in this game. Injuries to major guys. DeMarcus Lawrence is down. Got to check on his status for next week. Then Micah Parsons is down. High ankle sprain. We got to check on his status for next week. Trayvon Diggs, he was down. Got to check on his status for next week. These guys, they were losing key contributors on the team. I know I've seen Zach Martin come about the game, but I think he's fine. I think he just has something in his eye and everything like that. But those are key contributors on this team, man. Them losing those guys is very, very crucial till they step forward. But them getting the win is more crucial this past week, because they needed to dispel a lot of stuff that was going on, man. And it's the Giants, though. So I'm not like, oh. Crazy part is, in Cowboy fashion, they're 2-0 on the road and they're 0-2 at home. So we'll see if that trend continues, see what goes on forward. Hope the best to the injured parties, man. Hopefully they get healthy and everything. But we on to the week 4 picks, man. Let's get to the week 4 picks. Alrighty, so we're going to start off in the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta as the Atlanta Falcons take on the New Orleans Saints. Now, if you know anything about this game, this is a very rival game, very physical, very toxic environment. If you are at a sports bar in Atlanta and you are a New Orleans Saints fan, be careful today. This is a very dangerous game. But to get back to on the field, what's going on the field? Falcons seen as 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 41.5. This is a tough game to pick because it's early, and I like the Saints. All right, so We're just gonna start picking these like it's a, what's the procedure? Saints. We're gonna take the Saints in this game. I'll take them to cover, and it's gonna go over 41.5. Yes. So I got the Saints in that game, covering 41.5 over. Okay, that's what we'll do for that game. All right. Now we're moving on to the next game, another divisional game played in Green Bay, Lambeau Field. Packers versus the Vikings today, man. The surprise Vikings, 3-0 Vikings, undefeated Vikings. Jordan Love is back, though. Green Bay is seen as 3-point favorites. Over under is 43.5. Now listen to me. Just because Jordan Love's back does not guarantee Green Bay is going to win. I'll tell you that. This is how you know Vegas sees this game as a toss-up. They gave Green Bay 3 points. You get 3 points just for having home field advantage, which lets me know is you really think this is an even game because you only gave them 3. With that being said, I like the Vikings. I like their defense. I think the defense is going to confuse Jordan Love. We may get a couple of interceptions today, a couple of picks. If Jordan Love's not careful, it is at home, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt of being at the crib. But I'm still taking the Vikings to win the game. I picked them to cover, and 43.5 might be just right, actually. Well, it can't be just right, but let's see, 44. All right, well, I'm going to pick maybe a tough game for Jordan Love first coming back. All right, so I got the Vikings covering, and I got it going over 43.5 points. All right? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the Vikings covering 3 points and then 43.5 over. All right, so then we move on to another NFC matchup, another rematch from the playoffs last year. We got going into Raymond James Stadium, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly is coming off of a very emotional win against the Saints, a very good win against the Saints. They're seen as 1-point favorites. Over under is 41.5. Now, the Buccaneers are coming off a horrible, deplorable loss to the Broncos. To the Broncos. Bo Nix went in there and he actually did what he needed to do to win the game, man. He punched them, though. And that defense is real for the Broncos, more real than people give them credit for. But Tampa Bay, they need this game. Plus, the Eagles are injured. But the leadership of Jalen Hurts, and then they got Saquon, who can hit his head on the goalpost at any time. I'm going to pick the Eagles to win, Eagles to cover, and 41.5, under 41.5. Under 41.5. Take that. Yeah. Oh, no Diddy. My bad. I didn't mean to say that. The Eagles win. They cover 41.5 under. All right? All right, then we go to the 425 game. We have the Chargers at SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California, against the defending, reigning, 2-time Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. All right? So Kansas City is seen as 7-point favorites. Over under is 41.5. Now listen, this game is weird because Justin Herbert's going to play today, but they're injured everywhere else. The 2 tackles are injured. Joey Bosa's out. But I know this. If they can run the ball, they're going to win this game. I'm going to pick the Chargers to cover. I'm going to go out on a limb. It says it's a 3-point game. I got the Chiefs winning by 3, though. So if they're going point line, if you're going to spread, Chargers cover, because I think the Chiefs are going to win by 3 points, 3 to 5 points, somewhere in there. 41.5 is not enough. Over 41.5, and the Chiefs going to win. Okay. Then we move on to the night game. We got at the M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. Baltimore seen as 2.5-point favorites. Over under is 46.5. It's going to be a rainy game tonight. So I'm looking at the forecast. Rainy game, Derrick Henry, James Cook type of game. And Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. It's going to be on the ground tonight. But this is the thing, though. Both of these quarterbacks can cut it in this kind of weather, so it wouldn't shock me if they just start going crazy like that. But they don't believe in Baltimore. Yeah, that 2.5 lets me know Vegas don't believe in Baltimore yet. This is their test. Buffalo is playing like the best team in football. I'm going to actually take... Yeah, that's the thing. Ain't nobody never to move that defensive line by the Bills, man. And I don't like the Ravens offensive line. You know what? I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills to get the big dub on the road. I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills to cover. 46.5. Take the under on that. No, because what's that? I don't think it's going to be no high scoring. So you know what? It's the under on the 46.5, and I got Buffalo winning that game. Reason being is because I actually like Buffalo's offensive line, and I can't stand the Ravens' offensive line. I think this is going to be trench warfare, and I love Buffalo's D-line, man. The defensive line that they have has been really dominant. Outside of the Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, they might have the second best defensive line in the league going. Real talk. Buffalo's been very dominant, and I don't think them guys and the Ravens are gelling yet. They play really well against a bad defensive line in the Cowboys, but we're going to see how Buffalo, when they get up there, and what's going to happen. I think it's going to be trench warfare, and I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to win it. Okay? That's how I got my 5 picks going. All right, shout out to everybody being here, man. Shout out to the players of the week for last week, Andy Dalton, Zach Braun. Shout out to both of y'all, man. Appreciate all the love and support. Thank y'all for being here. Tune in next week. I will unveil the MVP ladder, okay? It's after week 4. So I'm going to reveal the MVP ladder, who's the front runner, who's going to get it done. So that will be revealed next week on the show and everything, okay? Matter of fact, you already know we got a Tuesday show. I'm going to reveal it then. So tune in on Tuesday for the recap show. I reveal my MVP ladder because that'll be after week 4, like I told y'all. And lock in, all right? I appreciate all the love, all the support. Thank y'all for being here. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you get notified every time I drop a vid. And this Grab a Beer podcast. Until next time, peace.